Hello students, in the last class of data communication, we studied the different layers of OSI model. And in this video, let's learn the last topic of the first chapter of data communication, that is TCP IP protocol suite. Okay, so as you can see on the board, this is the diagram of the TCP IP protocol suite. So before the OSI model, this TCP IP protocol suite was introduced for the connection of networks. Okay, this was acting as a layer task for the connection of networks, same like the OSI model. But the difference is, in OSI model we had 7 layers, but in TCP IP model there was combination of these layers and it was shrunk to only 4 layers. Okay, so the 4 layers of TCP IP protocol suite is, the first one is the host to host network. This is the combination of physical and data link layer, and the second layer is the network layer, and third layer is the transport layer, and the fourth one is application layer. So these layers or this model is very interactive module. Okay, these models are very interactive. What do you mean by interactive? Interactive ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The data or the information is shared among each other. Okay, each layer shares its information along with the other layers. Okay, so now let's discuss one by one. All these layers, let's discuss one by one. Okay, so the first layer is the physical layer, physical and the data link layer. In OSI model, this layer is separate. Okay, so there will be a physical layer at the bottom, and above that there will be data link layer. But in TCP/IP, what happens is, these both are combined. Which both are combined? The physical layer and the data link layer are combined to form host to network layer. Okay, so when I say host to network layer means, the network, the term network can be both, or it can be LAN or WAN, or it can be both. Okay, so what happens in physical and data link layer, same as in OSI model, it supports all standard protocols for the data transfer, and it creates a link to the data to be transferred from the sender to the receiver. Okay, so this is about the physical and data link layer. What you have to keep in mind is, it is called as host to network layer, and it is a combination of physical and data link layer. It supports all the standard protocols, and when we say the term network, it means LAN or WAN. Okay, and in this layer it does not support any specific protocol. It's not like in other layers. What happens is, ಬೇರೆ layer ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, one specific protocol ಅನ್ನೋದು support ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ layers, ಬೇರೆ layers. As we move further, we will understand about that. But in physical layer ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದೇ protocol ಅದೇ protocol ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ standard protocol ಅನ್ನೋದು support ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ for the transfer of data. So let's move to the next layer. So which is the next layer? The network or the internet layer. In OSI model, we used to call it as network layer, but in TCP/IP protocol suite, it is called as internetworking layer or internet layer. So internet layer in this protocol, what it supports is internetworking protocol. Okay, so this layer in TCP/IP protocol suite supports internet protocol. Okay, so internet protocol, and it supports internet protocol. In turn, it supports 4 other protocols. Okay na, the IP what are these protocols? So first, what is there that is the most important one in this network protocol, that is IP, Internetworking Protocol. What happens is the transport of data in this network layer. What happens is the data is transferred to the receiver in the form of datagrams. Okay, so as we have seen in OSI model, the data will be transmitted in different forms in different levels. Like the same way in TCP/IP protocol suite also, the data will be transferred or transformed in different forms. So in network layer, what happens is the data is transferred in the form of datagrams. Okay. So and this network layer, what it does is it does not support or it does not track any route of the datagram. Okay, so it will just send the datagrams to the upper layers. Okay, so and also it does not support reordering of the datagrams at the receiver's side. What happens? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಡೇಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ತರನೇ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡೇಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಇಂಟು ಪೀಸಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡೇಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಡೇಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಅರೇಂಜ್ಡ್. this rearrangement of these datagrams is not supported by the network layer. So IP ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ it transferring the data from lower level to the higher level. Okay, so with the help of internet protocol. So as I told you, as it supports IP, internet protocol, internet supports 4 other protocols. That is, the first one is ARP. Okay, so ARP means address resolution protocol. Okay, so what is ARP? ARP, abbreviation of ARP is address resolution protocol. So what it does is it helps to find the physical address of a node when its IP address is known. What happens in ARP? Address resolution protocol ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ physical address ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದು when we know the IP address. Okay, in ARP ದು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ to finding the physical address. Okay, so the next one is RARP. So ARP ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ address resolution protocol. RARP ಅಂದ್ರೆ reverse address resolution protocol. It is just reverse of the ARP. So what is ARP? We will find the physical address when we know the IP address. Reverse ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? We can find the IP address when we know the physical address. This is done in which protocol? That is RARP. Okay, so the next one is ICMP, right? ICMP stands for Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, so what this stands for? Internet Control Message Protocol. So in Internet Control Message Protocol, what happens is you can send any error reporting message, or you can send any queries. Queries ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ questions. Any questions if you have, any doubts if you have, the network will send through this protocol. Okay, if there is any error, okay, when it has some errors in the network, it will report the errors through this protocol. Okay, that is Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, so it sends the query or error reporting messages. So the last one in this network layer is IGMP. IGMP stands for Internet Group Message Protocol. Okay, what is ICMP? Internet ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ when you if you want to send a message to group of recipient, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it is enabled by this IGMP. It supports to send a message to a group of recipients. Okay, next one, so this is about the network layer. So network layer supports which protocol? That is internet protocol. So internet working protocol. In this internet working protocol, what happens is the data is sent in the form of datagrams. So these datagrams in this internet protocol, what happens is it does not support any route tracking, and it does not support what? It does not support reordering of the message, but it supports 4 protocol in turn, that is ARP, RARP, ICMP and IGMP. So ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. What it is used for? It is used for finding the physical address. Physical address ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ what we will use? That is ARP. If we want to find the physical address, we will use ARP when we know the IP address of the device. Okay, one device ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದರಿಂದ IP address ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬಹುದು? We can find the physical address. And RARP is Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. So it is reverse of ARP. So what happens if we know the IP address of the device, we can find the if we know the physical address of the device, we can know the IP address. Okay, so ICMP is ICMP means Internet Control Message Protocol. What it does, it helps in sending messages of error reporting messages, and the last one is IGMP, that is Internet Group Message Protocol. So what happens in Internet Group Message Protocol? It supports for sending messages to a group of recipients. Okay, more than one person or more than one device when we have to send message. So which protocol helps? That is the IGMP. Okay, so this is about the network layer. So next, let's discuss about the next layer in the TCP/IP protocol. So that is transport layer. So as we know, in OSI model, it was a connecting layer. It was connecting the sub layers to the sub layers. Okay, 2 sub layers idvu, avunna ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿತ್ತು? It was connecting. The transport layer was the connection between the 2 sub layers. In this also, it does the same thing. Okay, transport layer, what it is responsible for the delivery of message from the lower layers to the higher layer. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ it supports mainly 2 protocols. Okay, transport layer ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು protocols ಇದೆ? Mainly there are 2 protocols. The first one is the TCP and the second one is UDP. So ಮತ್ತೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರೋಟೋಕಾಲ್ ಇದೆ, that is also supported by the transport layer, that is SCTP. Okay, so first we will learn about the for some newer application this SCTP is used, and first we will learn about the UDP. So what is UDP? User Datagram Protocol. So user datagram protocol ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ಅಬ್ರಿವೇಷನ್ UDP ಅಬ್ರಿವೇಷನ್ ಏನು? User Datagram Protocol. So UDP ಇದು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, what is the use of this UDP means it acts for the data which is being sent from the sender to the receiver. ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಡರ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಡೇಟಾ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, it adds different informations like port address, checksum, error control and length of the data. Okay, so this kind of information is added to the data. Okay, so that the message moves without any error. Okay na? So ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ UDP ಅಂದ್ರೆ User Datagram Protocol. This this adds some information to the data which is sent from the sender to the receiver. The information can be checksum or error control or length of the data or the port address. This kind of information is sent together with the data which is sent by the sender. So idu eno UDP idu kelsa. Next, TCP. So what is TCP? TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. So what it does is, TCP is a reliable stream protocol, transport protocol. Okay, we can rely on this. The main important thing of the transport layer is transporting the message, right? So this TCP helps in transporting the messages. Okay, so what happens is at sender's side and the receiver side, imagine there will be two devices. Then one is the sender and one is the receiver. So sender side enagutte anta helidre, the data which will be there, it will be cut into pieces and that will be made as segments. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಇತ್ತು, IP ಅಲ್ಲಿ the data was in the form of data gram. So in this transport layer, what happens is data is in the form of segments. Okay, so ಈ segment ಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ information ಅನ್ನ piece ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, for example, if there is hi, this h will be one segment and I will be one segment. So for this segment, each segment there will be a segment number. Okay, so this will be one, the segment number of h will be 1 and segment number of I will be 2. So the transport layer, what it does is, either information ಒಂದೊಂದೇ segment ಆಗಿ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ along with the segment number. Sender side ಕಳಿಸಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ receiver side we will receive the segments, right? Receive ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, according to the segment number the segments are rearranged. So I1 H1 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ H is arranged in the first place and has the segment number of I is 2, it is arranged in the second place. So this is the task of transport layer. So what it does, the main task of TCP is to rearranging the data which is being got by the receiver. Okay, so the next one is SCT. So it means, it stands for Stream Control Transmission Protocol. What it stands for? SCTP, Stream Control Transmission Protocol. So it is mainly used for newer applications, also applications which are updating in the network, like voice over network. So this kind of new applications are supported by SCTP. Okay, so it combines the best features of TCP and UDP. Okay, so this is the function of the SCTP, that is Stream Control Transmission Protocol. Okay, so this is about the third layer, that is transport layer. So the last layer of TCP IP protocol suite is application layer. So application layer is one of the most important layers of this TCP IP protocol suite, and it combines three different layers of OSI model. Okay, in OSI model there were first three. Okay, the first three layers are combined in the TCP IP protocol suite. That is, the first one is application layer, presentation layer and the session layer. Okay, so there is no separate layers for these three. So these are combined into only one layer. So and it supports different protocols like SMTP, FTP, HTTP, DNS, SNMP and Telnet. So different protocols like hypertext transfer protocol, FTP, that is file transfer protocol, DNS domain namespace, these kind of things are supported in the application layer, mainly to be useful for the users. Okay, user interactions. Okay, user interface ಗೆ help ಆಗೋ ತರ ಯಾವುದು protocols ಇರುತ್ತೋ that comes under the application layer. Okay, so this is about the TCP IP protocol suite. Okay, it is a layered architecture which defines the connection of network. So it was introduced before the OSI model. In this we have 4 layers, that is host to host network, the network layer, transport layer and application layer. So the first one is host to network. So in host to network what happens is it is a combination of physical layer and network data link layer. So it supports all the standard protocol irrespective of any specific protocol. It supports all the standard protocols, and when we say host to network, the network can be anything, like it can be LAN or WAN. And the next one is network layer. Network layer alli enagtide it supports the internetworking protocol. So internetworking protocol means the data will be transferred in the form of datagrams in network layer. So this datagrams is not responsible of keeping track of routes. Okay, and also it is not responsible for rearranging of the data. Okay, so when it supports IP address, in turn it supports 4 different protocols. The first one is ARP. ARP stands for address resolution protocol. Address resolution protocol, what happens? It helps in finding the physical address when we know the IP address of a node or a device. Okay, so RARP stands for reverse address resolution protocol. So it is reverse of ARP, that is when we know the IP address of a node or a device, we can find the IP address of a device. Okay, so the next one is ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. What happens in ICMP? So we can send different error correcting or error control messages. Okay, so and we can send any queries. The last one is the IGMP, Internet Group Message Protocol. So Internet Group Message Protocol alli enagutte, we can send message to a group of recipients. Okay, the next layer is the transport layer. The transport layer, what happens? It supports 3 different protocols. That is, the first one is UDP, TCP and SCTP. So what is UDP? User Datagram Protocol. So UDP alli enagutte anta helidre, it along with the data, many information is sent through the network. That is informations like checksum, error message or error control, length of the data and etc. And TCP anta helidre transmission control protocol. Transmission control protocol alli enagutte anta helidre, the data is split in the form of segments, and each segment is given a segment number. So at the receiver side, what happens? These segments are rearranged. Okay, so what is SCTP? This is for the newer version of the applications. Okay, so what happens in SCTP? It is stream control transmission protocol. So it provides it combines best features of UDP and TCP. The last layer is the application layer. It is mainly concerned with the user interface, and it supports different protocols like HTTP, FTP. So you can see here, right? SMTP, FTP, HTTP, DNS, SNMP and Telnet. These are the different protocols which are supported by the application layer. And in application layer, what happens? Three different layers of OSI model are combined. Okay, so which are those three layers? That is application, presentation and session layer. So okay, this is about the TCP IP protocol. So with this we complete the first chapter of the data communication. So in the next video, let's start the new topic or new chapter of data communication. So I hope you are very brief with this.